Hey guys, Vincent here with another brewing guide for you guys. Today we'll be talking about the Siphon. It's this Chemist kind of looking device that brews exceptionally wonderful coffee. It is a little bit difficult to use, but it definitely is very tasty. So the history of the Siphon dates all the way back to the 1830s, when a German scientist wanted better coffees and decided to make this new brewing device. Currently, it is predominantly used in Asia, especially Japan and Taiwan. So there's actually like 4 components to the Siphon. It's pretty easy as well. And it is this. We're gonna put it together when we make it. So we've got the upper chamber, there's a filter in the middle, and then there's the lower chamber. And then there will be a heat source at the bottom of it all. Usually it comes with a candle version. The oil one it's not adjustable, so the flame is very inconsistent. Instead, we will be using the butane burner that I really enjoy using, and it's this one right here. So in the lower chamber, we're just gonna fill this with water. After it heats up, the water goes up, so there's gonna be very little left. There's just gonna be a little bit at the bottom during the brewing process, but this is where all the coffee is strained into, and you'll be serving from this as well. Here we have the upper chamber with the filter. It's actually kind of interesting. A lot of people make this mistake when they first start. So the filter, obviously, with the chain dangling, goes up into the siphon, or into the upper chamber, and it goes down like that. You have to lock it in. Otherwise, the filter starts moving around. Once the water goes up, all the water will be sitting around here. You put the coffee grinds in at the top, and the brewing happens in this upper bowl. Once you're done, you remove the flame, the pressure in the bottom is released, so the coffee comes back down, and your coffee will be ready to be served. So there are a few reasons why I actually personally like to use the Siphon over any other brewing device. It's because it's a full immersion while having its temperature stay high because of the flame at the bottom. And there's a cloth filter. The cloth filter in the full immersion allows it to become a sweeter cup of coffee. Comes out much hotter than any other cup of coffee. But there are some complications with the Siphon. It is a lot more work to set up, and it is a lot more work to clean up. But I do think it's quite worth the time. Let's get right into how I like to brew the Siphon coffees. Firstly, we're gonna use grind sizes that seems to be a little bit finer. 20 grams of beans, 250 grams of water. That's a 1 to 12.5 ratio. The Siphons do tend to come out a little bit cleaner, so I do like to use a little bit of a tighter ratio than when compared to something like the pour over. Just it being a full immersion allows me to have that tighter ratio. Let's get right into brewing the Siphon coffee. We're gonna start with 250 grams of hot water in the lower chamber. Once you have that in there, we're gonna put the butane burner underneath. You're gonna turn it on, and you're gonna want the flame to just gently coat the bottom of it. You don't want it to be blazing, you don't want to burn anything. You don't want it to just boil too quickly. It'll be uncontrollable when you're actually brewing the coffee in the upper chamber. What we're gonna do, once it boils, we're gonna put and seal it together. The water will then go up, and you're gonna begin prepping your beans. You're gonna grind your beans on the finer side, and you're gonna get it in there once the water has stopped bubbling in like crazy. It's gonna get much more gentle, and then you're gonna get the beans in there. Once the beans are in there, we're gonna do all the brewing up here. As you start stirring the grinds in, you start the timer. 50 seconds later, you're ready to finish your coffees. Once it's ready, it'll be hard to break the seal if you're just lifting it up. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna push to one side, like that, and you're gonna hear this kind of like, tss, and then the pressure will be released, and it'll be easy to just take it off. And you're ready to serve your coffees from there. So that's how I like to brew my siphons. You guys can play around with it. There's a lot of things you can actually do. You can change the grind size, and you can even change what you stir and how you stir. I like to stir in a circular motion, and I like to use a chopstick. Most people actually use a paddle. The siphon itself, when you buy the siphon, comes with a paddle. The paddle makes it easier so you can press all the grinds in. I think it causes a little bit too much agitation. It is definitely easier to submerge all the beans with it, so you can definitely play with that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, leave a question in the comment. Feel free to DM us on our Instagram at Tails Coffee, and hit us with a like. Subscribe to us if you want more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.